Hey everybody, what's up? Mike here. Just wanted to check in, see how everybody's doing. Happy Saturday to you. Hopefully it's not too hot where you are. It's miserable here in Oklahoma. I think I'm going to melt. And if I do, sorry if it's on like the floor inside the house because we just vacuumed. So, I just wanted to check in, having some thoughts. I don't want to just talk about emotional honesty. I don't just want to talk about it and think about it. And, I do want to do all those things, yes, because we can all learn. But, I call this the Emotional Honesty Project. So, what's a project without a little work to do, right? So, here we are. What can I say? I can't just leave things alone. I've got an engineer type of brain. And Dr. McCoy's best line in Star Trek The Motion Picture, when he complains that they probably turned the sickbay into a computer center. And he wanders out of the room and he says, I know engineers, they love to change things. And you know what? It's true. So if you didn't want to have to do any work, sorry, you're here anyway. What the hell, right? So, the first thing we're going to discuss today, and it's just going to be the first because we're going to do probably a series. I don't know. There's always more work to do, right? So today we're going to work on and talk about asking why. You ever notice kids, young kids especially, ask why all the time? My youngest, Tally, who's 5, she's constantly, Dad, why is this? Dad, why is that? Dad, why'd you do this? Dad, why this? It doesn't matter. Why, all the time. And they're not trying to be annoying. I don't think they really understand the concept of annoying unless they have an older brother. Then they understand. But so why, pardon the corollary there. So, but why do they ask why all the time? Not to be annoying, but it's because they want to understand. More importantly, they're not just asking for the answer to a question. It's not about the answer, it's understanding where the answer comes from. And we used to do that too when we were that age, as adults. Now, the thing is, as adults, people do things and I ask why all the time. I do things and I say, hey, why did I do that? I don't know. But the problem is, as adults, we let it go. We accept whatever surface level bullshit answer that we have to throw out first. Why did you do that, Mike? I don't know. I'm just an asshole, I guess. Or I don't know. I just felt like it, I guess. Or why did you do that to me, person who cut me off in traffic? I don't know. Maybe it's just because you're an asshole. Even if I ask you, hey, why did you forget that we were having lunch today? Oh, I don't know. I was just busy. It's like, okay, I understand. You're just busy. And we just let it go. Do you understand? We don't push. My daughter, you can give her a bullshit answer, but she doesn't buy it. She doesn't accept it because it's not satisfactory to what she's asking the question for. And yeah, it's like almost 6 o'clock at night and I'm still drinking coffee. Deal with it. So, but no, she doesn't accept that as the answer because it's not the answer that she wants. She's not here to find the real reason why you did it. She wants to understand why you did it. Why the sky's blue. Why is the sky really blue? She wants to understand on a deep level in her heart why you would do some sort of action. She wants to understand up here intellectually why the sky is blue. She wants to really get it. And as adults, when we ask somebody why, when we ask ourselves why, we just take the first answer we get and we go with it because we don't really want to know. We don't really want to know the answer. If I was a jerk to somebody, I don't really want to know why. I don't really want to have to explain to myself why I did the thing. I just don't, because that means I have to face something about myself, what's actually wrong, what's actually bothering me, for the reason that I was rude to somebody else, or I took it out on somebody else, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. The point is that if we never look deep enough to find the real reason that we do something, we're never going to fix it. We're never going to fix it. That's just how it is. You can't fix something without knowing the root cause, can you? You could try, but it's a waste of time. And I try not to do things that are a waste of time. Just me personally, I'm an efficiency enthusiast. I like to use my time efficiently. So I think we're going to do this as like a weekly kind of thing. So here's what I want. I'm going to do this too because I have the same habits that we all do. So we're going to practice one simple thing. So this next week, when you notice some strong emotion, you get upset at somebody, you get mad about something, doesn't have to be even at somebody. Say you did something you didn't intend to do and you're mad at yourself or you're disappointed in yourself, whatever. In fact, it's probably easiest just to start with yourself. I want you to ask, why did you do that? And then I want you to take your first answer and I want you to toss it in the garbage. And I want you to ask yourself again, no, that's not good enough. Why did you do that? Or why do you feel that way? Why are you upset at that person? What's the real reason? And, maybe you have a few good men moment. Maybe you have to get in your own face and demand the truth. What's the truth? I want the truth. I want the truth. Why did you do that? Why did you say that? Why are you mad at this person? They didn't really do anything that bad. You're just being an asshole to them, and it's not their fault. So what's the real reason? And then, if you really just want to take it to that next level, you can give yourself the Jack Nicholson response to yourself. Give yourself a, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth. It's a little more dramatic. It's more fun that way. I just like to be a little more dramatic. But you know what? Hold yourself accountable. It doesn't matter. I mean, maybe it's a good reason, maybe it's a bad reason, but unless you know what the reason is, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. What's going to change? Nothing. So what are you going to do? All right. So it's not a huge, it's a place to start is what it is. So we can all ask ourselves why. Why is a very simple question, or it should be. It's a simple question to ask. It's not always simple to answer. So that's where we're going to start, is we're going to practice asking ourselves why. And you know what? I think that it'll help. I think that it will get us closer to being able to discover or learn why we feel the way we do, why we act the way we do. This exercise this week is not about trying to fix yourself. It's not about trying to correct anything. It's not about trying to judge yourself. But we just want to get to the root cause. My engine's knocking in my truck. Why? I can't fix it right now. I can't fix it maybe at all. But I don't know that until I know why. So what's causing that funky noise? Let's find out. So this week, we're just going to look for the answers. When my kids does something, my oldest does something, it's like, why'd you do that? What were you thinking? I don't know. It's like twisting arms trying to get a why out of a reason for things out of her. So yeah, we still work on that around here too, because I don't always have a good reason. Sometimes I got to think about it. So think about it. But you know what? Nobody else is going to hold you accountable unless you do. Because if you don't care enough to invest in yourself and hold yourself accountable, how can you expect anybody else to? You're stuck with you. So you're the one who needs to put in that work, because everybody else, if it's not working out, they can just be like, see ya, this is too much work. You don't get that luxury. So come on, let's do it. So ask yourself, look at yourself in the mirror. You can have your a few good men moment of, I want the truth. Or if you're more inclined, you can also just, give yourself an in sync moment. You can just give yourself a, tell me why. Sorry about that. I'm not a good singer, but you know what? You can do it that way if you want to too. Because nobody's going to volunteer the information, including you. So hold yourself to it. Feet to the fire, guys. Let's do it. Throw some comments in here. Let me know what you think. Throw a like and a follow on the channel if you like what we're doing. If you want to see more, share it with your friends. Click the little bell up there so you can see when I put another video up. Probably here in a couple of days, do another one. Check out the Patreon, the grounds crew over there by My Mood Gear, where we will discuss things like this, topics like this, emotional honesty. We're going to do a deep dive into actually A Few Good Men and what that can do, what that can teach us about being honest with others and ourselves. So it's kind of an extension of what we're doing here, but it's going to be a deeper dive. So I'm going to put the link for that in the description below. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that over here. There'll be a little ball right over here, a little flat circle. And if you want to check out another video on the channel, I'll have one of those right over here. Okay, so I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be random, so who knows? But yeah, so thanks for your time. Thanks for hanging out with me. Tell me how it goes. Throw a comment down there. Tell me how your why goes. Okay? So just remember, keep moving forward, guys. It's all we can do. And if you fall, try to fall forward too. All right? See you later. Bye for now.